Hello there everyone, and welcome to another video here with Hypnotherapy Training International. And today's topic is all about why someone may want to seek a clinical hypnotherapist. And also we're going to talk about adding a clinical hypnotherapy course with us to your repertoire of skills, of knowledge in the world of therapy. So Dr. John Butler, if you can introduce us a little bit into that and tell us about your 40 years of work and 30 years of teaching this wonderful topic.
Thank you, Idan. Well, firstly, hypnotherapy deals with a wide range of problems. The average hypnotherapist will see people for confidence issues, issues to do with anxieties, fears of various kinds as well, phobic fears even to that level. We also see people a lot for any issue to do with their baggage from the past. So people sometimes have a lot of trauma or sensitizing events. In those severe cases we see where long-range psychotherapy maybe has helped them, but they still feel stuck. So confidence, ability to overcome some of those old problems of self-sabotage, which people have had a lot of cognitive therapy for, other kinds of therapy for, which may have helped them, quite a bit, some cases, but still they feel stuck. And so we're dealing with the deeper part of the mind in hypnotherapy, the subconscious part. We deal with all aspects of it, really, cognitive, emotional, imaginative, intuitive, all levels of the mind. So hypnotherapy is by no means just to do with smoking, weight issues of the minor forms of weight issues, habits like nail biting, unwanted habits. It deals with a whole range of human problems. That's if you know about how to deal with those problems properly, you've been well trained, and if you're a client you need to find a therapist who has really got that knowledge and skills, which is very deep. So put simply, if we were to define hypnotherapy in one word, it would be about change. Change is one of the most mysterious aspects of human nature. People can spend a long time getting ready for change. They can inhibit their change, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, they really are changing. And that's to do with motivation, many factors, and as I say, a lot of it is not really well known. So hypnotherapy, though, is the most powerful way to generate that change. Real hypnotherapy, that is. And so when we're dealing with change, what were we talking about? We're talking about overcoming inhibitions on change. As William James said, all human beings resist change. And he was considered the father of American psychology. He had that label given to him. He went into depth about change, how we all desire it. We all want to change certain things about us, but we constantly run into blocks. And those barriers, those conflicts, all of that needs to be dealt with in some cases at a deep enough level. For example, if we give good programming, it can help a great deal. But in other cases, it's just not enough. The person is still stuck with baggage from their past, and our job is to help them get in touch with that, understand it, have a different response to it, and move on. So they're not stuck in a blaming their past, blaming their parents, or things outside of themselves. Hypnotherapy, through its power to unlock the power of the mind, enables us to bring about change. It's client-centered, it's teaching the client that the power is within. It's not dependent on the therapist to interpret what's happening in your life. You learn that for yourself. Of course you need help at the beginning, and when you think about change, really what we're doing is changing the direction of the flow of our energy. That's the principle of physics, is energy. Matter is just condensed energy, and really we're changing our energy in our thoughts, our feelings, so emotional energy, cognitive thinking energy. Behavior is the expression of our deep mental energies, and so we must change those sufficiently. If we don't understand our past, we're going to keep repeating it in many cases, particularly when it is strong and powerful. So when we learn about hypnotherapy properly, we learn how to uncover the deeper issues. There's a lot of work in that. It's not simply putting a kind of a cognitive band-aid on it. It's going to the deeper roots of it. So we use cognitive methods, we use deep analytical hypnotherapy methods, and clinical hypnotherapy teaches how to get into the uncovering, which means really excellent consultation skills. It really means having a knowledge of understanding about how ideas became fixed and the energy flows through those negative fixed beliefs from our past. The self-defeating ideas, self-inhibiting ideas, so that we begin then to push past all of that. And our programming then becomes very powerful. So the energy now is flowing out with different responses to people and to life. We're not just that programmed, like a programmed rat. Every time the light comes on, he does a certain kind of behavior. Many of us are almost like that with life. Certain things and situations are constantly triggering us in a stimulus response fashion. Now we begin to be able to take control of that. And as we've understood as therapists, and you as a therapist have learned about the dynamics of change, the principles of change in a very deep way, all that knowledge that's been developed over 150 years of hypnotherapy, when you know about that, you're enabling the client to take their energy and now express it out into life-enhancing, life-affirming ways for them to create much better thoughts, feelings, and behaviors for their life. That is what clinical hypnotherapy is really about.